Hello, welcome to WayPoint Survival. Today we're going to make an oven for our Stanley 2-bowl cook set using this napkin holder. Stay tuned. So to make this hack, you're going to need one of these. This is a stainless steel napkin holder, and they're not very expensive. I purchased this for $4, but I've seen them as cheap as a couple dollars at a second-hand store. Next, you're going to take a Sharpie and you're going to make a mark right behind this second row from the bottom. You want to all the way across this, just below this row of holes. Then using a Dremel or some other sort of cutoff tool, you want to go ahead and cut this section off. This is what we're looking for, and this we can save for another project, or if you mess up the first one, you'll have a spare here to work from. Next, you want to take a file or some sort of a grinding wheel, and you want to round off all of these corners and edges, and of course anything that's sharp from where we cut it, so that you can handle it easily without getting your fingers caught on the burrs. And then you want to make sure and round these corners a little bit, grind this side in, and a little bit here. Flatten this part as well. I'll put it up here against the other one so you can see what it looks like. So this is how much I ground off. As you can see, a little bit on each side, around here, and then I flatten the top. The next thing we do is we take our dry bannock mix and we add water to it. And then closing the bag, we just knead it in the bag until we get it to the proper consistency. So once you get that kneaded to its proper consistency, and you may need to add some more mix to this if you put too much water in it, then you can use your cutting board that I showed you from another hack, and go ahead and pull this out. Of course, lay that aside, and then make sure that you finish kneading it properly and get it into a decent shape. So something like this. Now we come over to our fire area. We've got a really nice bed of coals here, and we want to kind of flatten that out. And again, hardwood fire, you don't want to do this over flames, and we're just going to flatten the bed out just like that. Once we get that all prepared, then we open our pan and we take this plate that we made and we put it in like this, with the curved area toward the back and the flat side toward the front. Set pretty good like that. And then we'll take and we'll put our piece of bannock just like that, so that it's not touching anywhere, the front, the back, or the sides. You want to make sure that it's centered as well as you can in the middle of your dish, just like this, so that it sets in there. And then we put the lid over top like this, and we want to put the air holes not at the bottom or at the top. We want to put the air holes on the sides, just like this. Okay, so like this, and then close the lid down to hold everything in place. Next, we want to put on our gloves, because obviously the fire and the coals are pretty hot. Then we are going to very carefully set the pot in like this, and of course you can make a little bit of a divot there if you wish, making sure of course to keep the bread as level as possible. And then we can take and rake up coals all the way around our pan to help it cook a little more efficiently. Give it a little while and let's see how it turns out. Alright, it's been in there for a little over an hour. Let's go ahead and see what it's like. I have checked on it a couple different times. It's looking pretty good. Slide this out. You can get an idea. And it's starting to nicely brown. And oh, it's quite warm. Alright, let's see. Stick the stick in it. It feels like it's pretty well cooked all the way through. Alright, excellent. Let's try it out. Alright, and here it is. Go ahead and take that off. You can see the bottom. It's nicely browned. And our Cooking plate did very well, even without greasing or oiling it. So, did like it should. Alright, it's still pretty warm, but it definitely seems pretty well cooked. I'm going to go ahead and slice it. Let me do it here. It's more of a biscuit, so it's a little crumbly. It's okay. Alright. Yeah, look at that. That's nicely done on the inside. It's not doughy anymore. Very good. Alright, now something I like to take with me is go to Cracker Barrel and get their breakfast. Sometimes they bring me a couple of these bottles, and so if I don't use them all, I'll keep it for later. And this goes really good on this type of bread when you're making your breakfast. You can also refill these so you can get your own syrup, and so hang on to the bottle because it's just a super excellent size for that. Alright, let's give it the old taste test. Absolutely delicious. This is just a great recipe. Tastes just wonderful, and has just a lot of just really good flavor. It's a good recipe. I've used this bannock recipe for quite a while. I'll try to post it down in the link section down below. But yeah, this works really, really well. I'm going to finish this. I hope you all enjoyed the hack and that you find it useful with your Stanley 2-bowl cook set. This is James Bender for WayPoint Survival. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure and check out the links in the description box below under the More button. And while you're down there, you'll also find our WayPointSurvival.com link. And this is where you can sign up to take great survival and bushcraft training classes here at our beautiful facility in Southern Ohio. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. And when you do subscribe, make sure and press that bell button so that you can stay notified of all of our upcoming videos. And we'll talk to you next time.